Kenny Brooks and the Kentucky Lady Wildcats are hosting Jennie Baranczyk and the Oklahoma Sooners. Now, both of these coaches know what they're doing. They're fairly new to the SEC, but Baranczyk's been at Oklahoma since 2021 season. Before that, she was at Drake. She knows how to get to the NCAAs. Now, she did have 3 seasons of the WNIT after she rebuilt Drake into something great. She's 307, has 307 wins to 132. Kenny Brooks was at James Madison. Gotta love those James Madison coaches. He's made it to, while at Virginia Tech, to the Final Four of the NCAAs, always making it to postseason tournaments, usually the NCAAs, but hey, he's gone a few other places. Did make it to the second round with Kentucky last year. Georgia Moore, hey, great basketball player. Kentucky and Oklahoma are two of the better teams in the SEC. Both now, Oklahoma is fifth in the nation. They're 14-2. They've only been beaten by number 18 Ole Miss and number 3 UCLA. Kentucky just got beat by Alabama, an unranked Alabama, and lost to number 7 Maryland. Well, at the time, number 7 Maryland. Like I said, both these are great teams. Now, Kentucky is winning off the back of Claire Strack, while Oklahoma is leaning on Aaliyah Chavez. These teams mean business. This is going to be played at Rupp Arena in Kentucky. Kentucky has a long tradition of being one of the best teams in the nation on both men's and women's, but the women's, you don't hear as much. But what Kenny Brooks is doing there is fantastic. This is his, or Jenny, sorry, Kenny Brooks. This is his second year there. Last year he went 23-8. So far, like I said, he is 15-2. What he did at Virginia Tech was amazing. Getting them to the second round twice, getting them to a third round, doing good in the WNIT, Final Four, and when he was at James Madison, got them into the first round, got them to a second round, got them deep into the WNIT. Yeah. And Jenny Brooks, while at Drake, got them to NCAA first round, got conference titles, done that with Oklahoma. Last year went 27-8, got to the Sweet 16. These are coaches that you need to watch. This shows why NCAA women's basketball is so exciting. And hey, this being played at Rupp Arena. While I'm not crazy about old man Rupp, that's a magical place when it comes to college basketball. So, these two teams facing off, amazing. So, we're going to take a look at both these teams. Since Oklahoma's the visitor, I'm going to cover them first. So, let's get into this game. Before we get into the crux of this video, hit like, hit subscribe if you like college sports, because I do college sports, primarily college football, college women's gymnastics. Do a little basketball and other sports on occasion, but that's what I do, college. Also, General Robert Neyland, former University of Tennessee head football coach for decades, had 7 maxims to win any game, but they can also help you if you apply them correctly to your life. The second one is play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That is a maxim that can be also applied to your life. Look for those breaks and take it. Now, the Sooners are scoring an average of 92.9 points a game. But they are having 60.5 points scored against them. They're 47% on the field goal range, They're getting 52.3 rebounds a game, 21.3 assists, 6.1 blocks, and 12.3 steals. Now, Aaliyah Chavez is averaging 19.3 points a game, 4.1 rebounds a game, 4.3 assists, 2 steals, zero point 0.4 blocks. She's at 40.7 field goal percentage, 86.7 free throw percentage, and 35% 3-point percentage. Reagan Beers, the center. Here's somebody else that they're having to rely on. She's got 17.3 points a game, 11.4 rebounds, 2.4 assists, zero point 0.8 steals, 1.1 blocks, 58.4 field goal percentage, 69.5 free throw percentage, and 14.3 3-point percentage. So you got to keep her beyond the arc. Sahara Williams is 13.4 points a game, 8.1 rebounds, 3.9 assists, 1.1 steals, zero point 0.7 blocks, 49.5% field goal percentage, 74.1 field free throw percentage, and 22.9 3-point percentage. Zayaban, 11.4 points, 4.6 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 2.7 steals, zero point 0.8 blocks, 45.5% field goal percentage, 78.6 free throw percentage, and 36.4% 3-point percentage. Now, minutes, okay, Aaliyah Chavez, 490 minutes so far. They're relying heavily on her. They're relying heavily on Peyton Burholst at 474 minutes. And then you got Sahara Williams at 423 minutes. These are some people that are doing some production. Why? It's good that you're keeping them under 500 minutes so far. This team is playing as a team. And I'm liking what I'm seeing. You're talking about, okay, yeah, you do have Dafa Suzuka, the center, only at like half a point a game. But Reagan Beers is more than making up for that, both in points and her rebounds are amazing. You've got a team that they're helping each other out, stealing the ball at 12.3 times a game, 6.1 blocks, a little low. Their free throw percentage isn't bad. They need to be a little bit better with the free throw percentage, and they're behind the arc. Not as good, but it's a total team effort, and it's shown by who's been able to beat them. Now, they are starting to tire out a little bit, but they're into conference play. That can be very tiring. This is a team that, you know, already is looking like they're ready to make it into the NCAAs. Oklahoma, when they play Texas, that's going to be a wild one. This is a team that you want to keep watching. They, are in the running to do good in the SEC tournament even. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Sooners. Now, Kentucky, they're averaging 79.1 points a game, 52.8 points against them. So they're not high scoring. 45% field goal rate on the field percentage on the field goals, 42.6 rebounds a game, 18.7 assists, 7.6 blocks, so they're a little bit better at that side of things. 6.4 steals only. Their defense isn't bad. It's, they've got their weaknesses though. Claire Stratt. Now here's somebody who is excelling. She's a leader in points, rebounds, steals, and blocks. She's got 16.1 points a game, 10 rebounds a game, 2.1 assists, 1.6 steals, 2.9 blocks. She's 49.1% on field goal percentage, 69.6% on free throw, and 22.2 beyond the arc. Tony Morgan, hey, helping out, 13.9 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, 8.8 assists, one 1.1 steals a game, zero point 0.7 blocks, uh, 48.8 field goal percentage, 77.5 free throw percentage, and 40.6 on 3-point percentage. Keone Key has got 11 points a game, 6.5 rebounds, 1.1 assists, zero point 0.9 steals, 1.4 blocks, 54.9 field goal percentage, 70.7 free throw percentage, and 8.3 beyond the arc. So she gets the ball, keep her beyond the 3-point range. Jordan Obi, 10.6 points a game, 6.5 rebounds a game, 1.2 assists, half a steal a game, zero point 0.6 blocks a game, 53.7 field goal percentage, 68.2 free throw percentage, and 25% 3-point percentage. Now, they are overplaying a couple of some of the players, but they're still, playing at a high level. Clara Strack is at 499 minutes so far this season. Tony Morgan is at 564, and Amelia Hassett Ford is at 509. Jordan Obi is at 454, as Asia Boone 457. So they're having to play a lot of minutes, and but a lot of their players are getting in there. That's going to be a little bit of a problem going in deep into the season, but this team is still doing really well. That loss to Alabama showing that they might be getting worn down a little bit, but you're looking at their numbers. Clara Strack is doing a lot of work. Their backup center, they don't have. That's kind of scary. When she's the only center that you're having to throw in a forward to take her spot in a lot of ways, which is not always a good thing. But they've got good guards in there. Tony Morgan, she's doing what a guard should do. Tioni Key doing what a forward's supposed to do. Balanced team that probably needs a little bit more balance on things. When you're having to play your center that much, that's going to be a little worrisome. When you've got folks having to play these kinds of minutes, that's going to be a little worrisome. But they're winning. Hopefully they're conditioned for this. Their strength and conditioning coach is going to have to be keeping these folks going good. And hopefully they're getting rest at the right time. You know, yes, it being in Rep Arena is probably going to mean a lot more, but I think the Sooners are a slightly better team. I do. I like the Sooners in this game. I think that they've proven they can win on the road. The biggest headache is it is at Rep Arena, but I think Oklahoma can win it, but I'm not giving them a massive advantage. Yes, they are a slightly better team in most areas, but at Rupp Arena, them Kentucky fans, oh my lord. I love watching Kentucky basketball just for the fans. Now, I'm a Tennessee ball fan, and of course, I'm going to root for Tennessee balls against Kentucky all day, every day. And, Oklahoma but at the end of the day, Oklahoma is what they are, and Kentucky is what they are. When you've got a way to rest your team a little bit better, when you can switch out centers, when you're having to deal with somebody like Clara Stratt, when you've got players that are just a little bit more rested, you can go up against each other. And Reagan Beers is a phenomenal center. Don't get me wrong. She's more defensively minded, though, in a lot of ways. Clara Strack's better all around player between the two. You know, in a regular contest, Clara Strack's all over Reagan Beers. But they're having to overdo Clara Strack. I'm looking at this, and that's where I'm seeing, minutes. I'm looking at total team versus. I honestly believe that the Sooners will be able to wear down Kentucky in this game. And it's going to be one of those things. Oklahoma is used to scoring a whole lot more. Defensively, yeah, they get more points scored against them, but they're scoring at such a high level. That's going to be a point in their favor. Field goal percentage, rebounds, teamwork via assist. Now, the blocks are a little bit better for Kentucky, but steals, Sooners all day, every day. These are the stats that I think are showing why I think that the Sooners are the better team. But you tell me what you think. If you don't agree with me, hey, tell me. I honestly want to know what you think. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. Hey, that's my video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And comment. Don't forget that either. Hey, this has been Paul with Redneck Thinker Media. I do sports, I do politics. Hit like, subscribe, and y'all, this has been Paul. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.